today's tutorial. It's going to be a continuation of the course EDU233, and today we're taking our bearing from said topic, syllabus. For those of us that are new to the stream, still want to smash like button, subscribe to the channel, and it might interest you to also join our private class where we do most of the work, and we have series of classes one-on-one on Telegram. You might be interested in becoming a member of our private class. Do also reach out to us on www.tutorial.com. You get to use the WhatsApp button on the top right hand corner. It enables you to send me a direct message on WhatsApp. With this being said, let's go straight into it. So we have course EDU 233, and we will be taking the topic syllabus. All right. Now, when we talk about syllabus, what are we talking about? Okay, syllabus is said to be a broad outline. This broad outline is categorized as a work plan, all right? A broad outline of intended work schedule, a broad outline of deliberate, all right, work schedule to achieve, intentional about achieving a particular goal. Now, the keywords here are, first, it is said to be what? Broad outline. Now, this broad outline is not just any kind of outline, all right? But this broad outline is about a planned or a schedule, a planned work, a work plan, okay? There's a difference between a work plan work, all right? So let's not mix it up. It's all about a schedule or work plan to be in the course of the year. Now, it's a broad outline, number one, of, permit me to check the audio. Okay. Also, our audio is on point. I wouldn't want to, all right, I wouldn't want to assume that our audio is on point, and unfortunately it's not. So now, it is said to be a broad outline, and this broad outline is characterized, all right, by a work plan, okay, of the work plan, all right, of a schedule of the work, of something that should be done, okay, within a particular, most likely within a year, okay. That is more like a general overview of what a syllabus is. But now, don't forget that this is EDU 233, and it's a course for a department. This department is Department of Business Education, all right? And we've been particular about teaching teachers how a child should learn learning aids, all right? Learning aids for children, all right? So in line of this, all right, I have somebody online. Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Joe. All right. Good afternoon, Miss Alayos Yobi. Actually, it's not your course, but good to have you around. Now we have that as that. Now it's said to be a work plan to be done in, all right, the course of a year. Now that is this outline intentional about an activity or list of or role of activities to be done is time bound. All right. Now, not just that it is time bound, it is also particular about results. It is result oriented. Now it says here, it is a broad outline of work plan to be done in the course of a year with each class in each subject. Now, there is a proper combing of certain subjects within, all right, a particular class or for a particular set of people. Now let's underline certain things here. With each, says here, with each, all right, class in each subject. Now let's underline certain things. We have, it's a broad outline, all right, work plan within a course of a year, time bound, and it is results oriented, meaning that at the end of the specific, please, if you're on the stream and you're yet to smash the like button, do well to do that right away. Now, that means that at the end of this year, each subject should have been covered appropriately. No stone should have been left unturned. Why? Because each subject, each topics in this subject have been planned accordingly to every week, every month, cumulatively into a year. Then the results of having all these broad outline put together, all right, structured, must therefore be achievable. All right, and that is why the syllabus is very, very important when it comes to education or academics. Even the regular trademanship and artifact trademanship and other skill, when you get there, you are going to be told that okay, in the next 6 months, this is what you should have learned. In the next 6 months, this is what you should have learned. In this training, in so time, this is what you should have learned. So it's now left for you to work towards achieving it. There's always a structure to follow. So this is the all and sundry of what a syllabus is. Now it says this course work may either be constructed by the school. All right. So now we are streamlining it to academics. Okay. But what we have just talked about now is more like a general overview of what a syllabus should be. Now this coursework may either be constructed, all right, by the school or imposed by some external bodies, which is very true. All right. Every school, learning citadel, does their syllabus, and otherwise, some countries might impose it so that we don't have this school doing some kind of syllabus according to their own taste, making it wishy-washy, and some other school doing some other things. So, in some countries, in some cases, the government, the Ministry of Education might be responsible for giving of syllabus to all schools within that country. All right. So it says here in Nigeria, the syllabus in use in all secondary school is usually made available by WAEC, NECO. I think those are just the only two specified bodies here, which we have the West African Examination Council, and we have the National Examination Council syllabus. All right, is usually presented as a list of topics to be covered within. So now this is what secondary schools, owners of secondary school, works with. The syllabus given by WAEC, because at the end of the 3 years of studying in any school, you want to write your WAEC and you still want to write your NECO, you still want to write your GC. And if you have not been taught all the expected topics, then how can you attempt your exams successfully? All right, so let's just take this down. As far as Nigeria is concerned, all right, we have governing bodies like WAEC, and NECO. All right, gives the what? Gives the syllabus to senior secondary schools. SSS, okay, senior secondary schools. So we have that as that. Now, it says here rules governing a good syllabus. All right, what are the rules governing a good syllabus? A good syllabus must have aim. Like I said, it must be result oriented. Okay, there must be aim, it must be relevant. You don't get to use syllabus that has been in existence since 50 years ago, and that's what you are still repeating. It's always updated and it must be relevant. It should be up to date. All right. It also has the workload. It should contain a manageable amount of work, meaning that it should be realistic. Don't forget that the syllabus is a work plan. So the work that you have put into planning, all right, must be attainable. You can't choke the specific. Now, if you are increasing the load, the workload, then the year should be increased. So you cannot put in too much work plan for a limited time. So it might be almost impossible to achieve. So the workload should be moderate. All right. So we have the rules. All right. We have rules. So workload, all right, should be moderate. All right. It should have aim, result oriented. All right. It should be relevant. All right. Updated. Okay. Time. It says workload should be capable of being completed within the allotted time. All right. We also have time. All right. So we have workload. All right. Achievable within the what allotted time. So the workload should be achievable within the allotted time. So we have that as that. Now let's take a step further. The other things under that, but I think we should just go with these few ones. And like I usually say, we teach everything in class. What we teach here is um, more like the 40%, right? The rest is the 60% is held back to the private class. So please do all to join the private class if you are yet to be a member of a private class. Now, there's something also called the scheme of work. Now, the scheme of work is almost the same thing with the syllabus, but just like we have in our organization, whereby we have the organogram of how things are being done. All right, just like we have we have the body, the system, and we have subsystem. All right, so it is the collective effort of the subsystem that assists the system to function. All right. So the scheme of work is more like a subsystem of the system. All right. It's more like the subsystem of the syllabus. Now, the scheme of work now, why we have a syllabus, which is more like a general body, like a general covering, like an umbrella. Now we now have the scheme of work. The scheme of work does what and why is it important? The scheme of work is the breaking down of topics in this syllabus. All right. Hello, Mr. Adit. Okay, Mr. Sergio. It's great to have you. Is it Mr. or Miss Sergio? It's great to have you on board. Are you new to the stream? If you are new to the stream, do also subscribe to this channel. Also, do also smash the like button. And you can as well reach out to me on www.tutorhour.com to know more about what we do. And you can also enroll in our private class. The scheme of work is the breaking down of topics into now the topics in the syllabus into series of lessons. So I'm just going to switch that in here. So we have the scheme of work. Okay. So for the scheme of work, it is said to be the breaking down of topics. All right. Breaking down of topics in the way syllabus. All right. The breaking down of topics. Wonderful. Someone just smash the like button. Thank you very much for that. The breaking down of topics in the syllabus into series. Into what? Series of lessons. All right. Into series of lessons. That is basically what the scheme of work is all about. Now, the scheme of work in any subject is a clear and orderly statement of the work to, all right, of the work the teacher proposes to do in a given period. Like I said, it breaks down further the plan we have in the syllabus into pieces and how they can be followed up properly by whosoever is to follow up. So we have that as that. Now let's continue. Now it says that they work for a year and it is divided into weeks. All right. Weekly scheme serve as good guide. Okay. So the teacher's scheme of work should contain the following. Like I said, it is the breaking down of what we have in the syllabus that we have in the scheme of work. Now, the scheme of work now, what are the things that a scheme of work should have? We have the likes of term and week, topics of study, class activity. We have here in Nigeria, we have the first term, we have the second term, we have the third term. When it comes to SS, GSS, and primary schools, but in the university, we have the first year and the second year. All right, first semester, second semester, then you move to another level. So now, but coming down to secondary school education and primary school education, where we have the first term and second term. These are the breaking downs we have in the scheme of work. Scheme of work for first term, second term, all right. Topic that will be taken in both first and second term. Class activities. After 1 week, this is what we're expected to do. After 2 weeks, we're expected to do. Everything is according to plan. Teaching aids, all right. Subjects that are going to be taught. These are everything you find in the scheme of work. Okay, so we have that as that. Now let's take a step further. Okay, now very quickly, let's touch on one or two things before we call it a wrap. We're going to be talking about teaching aids, all right? We're going to quickly touch on what we call teaching aids. And we're going to specify a list of them, okay? A list of teaching aids. So according to what we have here, the first thing we have here, when we talk about teaching aid, we're simply talking about things that makes teaching smooth and very understandable. All right, things that makes teaching very smooth and understandable. All right, so now we're going to be particular about the visual category of teaching aids. All right, we're going to be very particular about the visual category. So we have types of audio to visual, all right, teaching aid. All right, we have audio to visual, all right, audio to visual teaching aids. So now under visual, we have pictures. All right, we have pictures. Now, under pictures, this can help to suggest or help to explain things which are omitted when teaching a lesson. Very important. They direct children's attention to the point. Pictures direct children's attention to where? To the point. All right. They help to direct children's attention to the point directly. So in case there's something they might have missed while the teaching was on, pictures help to direct them exactly to the point. Now we have, by guiding their observations with questions and suggestions, you will train them to acquire the habit of looking for things that matters in the picture. All right, it drives towards they drive their attention towards the point. Now, pictures give general impression of the lesson. We should use varieties of pictures to give the desired impression. All right, it gives what? It gives the general impression. Pictures gives general impression of a lesson. It speaks volume. All right, it speaks volume. So we have that as that. So as well, we have illustration. Now, the term illustration is commonly applied to the wise use of teaching aids. Take notes, pictures and drawings to the employment of examples and comparison to elucidate either an argument or to unveil an argument. All right. All right. To enliven an argument. Now, when we say illustrations, okay, it is giving examples, explaining further, citing example. I remember then when we did GST 101, talked about how you can make your paragraph. When we talked about paragraph writing, talked about how you get to make your paragraph, all right, uh, very comprehensive. And one way is by giving illustrations. It helps to it aids the understanding of the reader of your paragraph or your article or whatever it is. Illustrations are very, very important. All right. It is commonly applied to the wise use of teaching aids, illustration. So we have it's more like example, giving examples. So we have material illustrations, all right, actual objects, specimens, all right, apparatus. So we have under illustration, we have material. And here under material, we have objects. All right. Specimens. Likes of specimen. All right. We have likes of models or apparatus. Apparatus. So these are appropriately employed among junior pupils of the school. Now we have the pictorial illustration. Now this consists of pictures, diagram, cardboard, sketch, all right, and the likes. So we have the pictorial, that's the pictorial illustrations. All right, we have the likes of diagrams, cardboard, sketch. Diagram, cardboard, sketch, and the likes. Okay, so we have that as that. Drawings of diagram and sketch on the blackboard in the presence of the children have more lasting impression than those prepared, all right, beforehand. All right, so in classes, okay, that's why you see me sometimes in some of our classes, see me using some diagrams, all right, because I understand the fact that all the using of diagrams and picture in the class, not the one that has been made before the class, but in the class, use of all these things to explain a set topic or a topic sentence gives what we call a lasting impression, right? That's pictorial. Gives what we call a lasting impression. So we have that as that. Now let's take a step further for call it wrap for today. So now, still talking about the visual, all right. Under the visual, we have the blackboard, we have the television, all right. We have basically we all know what the blackboard is used in most schools in and blackboard and the chalk they work hand in hand. It can be used with advantage in the teaching of subjects like geography, biology, and first stage of language teaching. Children learn more quickly and surely by fitting words and pictures together. Basically what that's just like what I have there. Even in tertiary institutions, whiteboards are also projectors, whiteboards, and likes are also employed. Okay, visuals, all about visuals. Also, we have the TV, the television, we have a cinema, all right, we have the tape recorder, which is under audio. All right, tape recorder and materials are particularly good for teaching English language, more or speech training. All right, tape recorder, all right, better with speech training, better with speech training. The tape recorders have grown rapidly in popularity as it aids learning. However, the cost of this equipment has temporarily prohibited their widespread use in rural and small schools. They are quite expensive. I can agree with you, or you can agree with me. I believe you can agree with me on that. So we have that as that. So I think okay. So let's just quickly touch on this. Um, Now it says here how the audio visual aids, all right, we're talking about audio visual, how the audio visual aids can be effectively used. Now they should be relevant to the curriculum, all right, effective, effective use of audio visual aids, all right, relevant, all right, to the curriculum, all right, it should be relevant. Don't use them off point, right? They should be previewed or tried out in advance before being used in class. All right, thrown because they might function sometimes. There should be a test run before actually using them in the class. All right, so we have that as that, and we have records should be kept on the results obtained. All right, and evaluation should be made for definite follow up. All right, even as you have been you using strategies to aid learning. All right, follow ups are also very essential. I think we'll call it wrap here for today. Then in our next class, we'll take it up from lesson plan. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. I believe you have been able to gain something into this class. Please let's do all too. All right. Reach out to me if you want to become a member of our private class, and do well to submit your notes to the private class. It's very, very important. It's one way we get to measure your progress as we continue throughout the semester. Do have a wonderful evening. You can reach out to me on www.tutor.com for further questions on how to go about joining the class and benefiting from other things that will definitely aid your time and um, your program. So do well to reach out to me once again on www.tutorial.com. Subscribe to this channel and smash the like button. See you in subsequent tutorials. Bye for now.